Oh, what?
She went to the hat. Well, she went to the Hatters to buy him a hat. When she came back, he was feeding the cat.
I mean, I can't believe it. So I'm thinking the pipe's a crack pipe.
Hang on a minute. I think the gay thing's beginning to stand up.
Go on.
She went to the barber's to buy him. He was dancing a jig. He's dancing a jig. You're dancing a jig.
Oh, he's dancing a jig, smoking a pipe, shagging a go.
This is a bit of a left field one though. She went to the cobbler's to buy him some shoes.
Why does he need shoes? I bet they're high heels.
Wait a second though.
But
she went to the cobbler's to buy him some shoes. When she came back, you're never going to believe this.
What?
He was reading the news.
Brilliant!
She went to the seamstress to buy him some linen. Again, don't know why. When she came back, the dog was a-spinning.
Yeah.
She went to the hosier's to buy him some hose. When she came back, he was dressed in his clothes.
Yeah! Why did she want to
This is the big payoff that we've been building to.
Right.
The dame made a curtsy, the dog made a bow, the dame said, "Your servant," the dog said, "Bow wow."
Right.
I mean...
Okay. I'm gonna probably do a few more verses during the next
during
song.
the course of the show.
Yeah.
Listen, before we move on, I should just say that we've had various people saying what was in the bed and what was the final line of the bed thing.
Why do they care?
It's extraordinary, isn't it? We've talked about politics in the past, great music, we played great songs.
Yeah, we've got Monkey News coming up talking about politics.
But Danny's said that apparently it ends with one in the bed, little one said good night.
Because he was all happy, he had the bed to himself, and there's nine of his mates piled on the floor.
Rick, but Ava counters that by saying, actually, one in the bed, the little one said, "Come back," because he felt lonely. So
we're never going to get
I don't know, Rick.
This is the same as the Kennedy thing. There's loads of different opinions.
Conspiracy theories.
I know, we don't know what's going on. But Jimmy Webb, big girl. Jimmy Webb, Galveston, fantastic version on XFM, 104.9. You know what, Steve? I know, people are going to miss the talk about little Chinese fellas, little gay fellas, little monkey fellas, and all that.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to miss some great tunes as well.
I'd hope so.
She went to the jeweller's to buy him a clock, but when she got back,
what was he sucking?
a chalk ice.
A chalk ice, fine.
So
fine, respectable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sort of feel like, one thing we've never done, Rick, is we've never pandered to people, but as it's the last show, we've got to give the audience what they want.
Right, what's this?
Well, yeah, and I was going to say things they don't want as well. Well, just basically to keep a smile on Carl's face.
Yeah.
I say a smile, a sort of not quite a scowl.
Yeah, he never really smiles.
So, yeah, it's just really as a chance for him to have a go. It's like, you indulge an annoying child.
The only time Carl laughs is for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
What do you think, like...
What do you mean?
Well, sometimes you go... and I know you'll be thinking of what a monkey could do.
Yeah, it's like people who've had electroshock therapy.
Yeah! It's such a tied down biting on something.
Yeah.
Biting on a big leather pad.
Let me just tell you briefly what the prizes are. It's the number.
That looks like a piece of shit.
Let me tell you, mate. Let me tell you. There's a number of mediocre CDs and DVDs.
That is real
But
talent.
mainly, what about this? It's the Lord of the Rings Collector's Edition.
Oh.
Well, the movies you're thinking? No, it's the Radio 4 adaptation. It's only 14 hours long, Rick.
Oh, that is... Throw that away.
So
pop that in the bin.
So that
is just... Either pop it in the bin or send it to some poor bastard who wins this quiz.
Exactly. If you're willing to take part in the quiz, you deserve 14 hours if you're wasted with that Tolkien tripe. So
right.
Yeah, what are the clues then, Carl?
Right, as always, just cryptic clues now. Initials of a band or an artist, work it out, win the stuff.
Email only.
Yeah, ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. First clue is as follows. The Jamaican fella wrote a review for
He's back! Jamaican fella. It's the last show and the little Jamaican fella's made an appearance.
This normally suggests that you need to think of the answer in a Jamaican accent.
Yeah. Or not.
Yeah, or not.
Yeah, any accent. Or an accent. Or pronounce the word slightly differently.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, go on.
The Jamaican fella wrote a review for Phoenix Nights. Alright?
Yeah.
DC is on the initials.
DC? D for Derek?
Yeah, DC. The Jamaican fella wrote a review for Phoenix Nights. That's the first one. Second one. There's three of them. Second one is, we should all vote for Paul Daniels, David Blaine, Copperfield, The Great Soprendo, Tommy Cooper, and Darren Brown. We should all vote for them. Why is that? What was...
I've just got the first one.
E.S.
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 Okay.
And the last one, Steve, what did your dad do?
Steve, what did my dad do?
What did your dad do?
Is that the question, or are you asking me?
Well, Ricky, what did your dad do? Can work on anyone. What did your dad do?
Alright.
Right? That's E. Right?
What did your dad do?
Quickly again, the Jamaican fella wrote a review for Phoenix Nights. Right? DC. Second one, we should all vote for Paul Daniels, David Blaine, Copperfield, great surprise. No, but that's important. Right? ES, and the last one, you know, Steve, what did your dad do? Right?
Okay.
The initial E.
Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. We don't want to speak to you. Please don't phone up.
Remember, you could win some Lord of the Rings tripe.
No more on XFM. Last Rockbusters ever, thank Christ. Thanks no more on their version of I'm Easy on XFM 104.9 with Gervais, Steve Merchant, Carl Pilkington. Rick,
For the last time.
we've only really got 3 topics of discussion on this show. I think you agree with that.
Little Chinese fellas.
Little Chinese fellas,
Monkeys. And the gays.
the gay people.
Yeah.
We're hoping to cover all those subjects today. Monkey News is coming later. I'm sure
Yeah.
we can find something to discuss about gay people.
We've done gays, we've done a few gays.
I suppose we talked about the dog thing.
Yeah, big time.
I think it'll be enjoyable. This is something that's got sent through to us. I'm not quite sure who by, but thanks very much for it. It's a story that was in the press recently. I'm not going to give you the headline. I think it gives away too much. I think, Carl, you'll be particularly interested in it. A farmer in eastern China,
there we go.
basically, he paid £1,300, or the Chinese equivalent, to marry a woman, and basically she refused to sleep with him after the wedding, complaining that she felt unwell. 6 days after, he found her in some neighbouring town. They grappled together. The bogus bride's false breasts fell off.
Eddie Izzard? It wasn't Izzard up his old tricks,
It wasn't Izzard.
Trying to do another show in Chinese this time.
But it was a man. Apparently, it was an arranged marriage. I don't know who sorted that out.
Did he get his money back?
I think
Because I think men are cheaper than women to marry in China. I think that is.
But I mean, you've got to be pretty simple not to realise that the person you're marrying is a bloke, surely.
Well, no, if he didn't have a little look, what was you know, in the back of the store? He just saw the shop window, sort of lovely little Chinese lady there.
Yeah.
Right. You know,
The lovely hair, real breasts.
well, there's lumps where the breast should be.
Yeah.
I can only assume they are breasts.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not, you see women walking around going, what are they, breasts, or are they, stealing sort of grapefruits? No, but
Wouldn't there have been a lot? I mean, wouldn't there be quite a sort of long initiation period when they
Not if it was,
first get introduced and so on?
Not if he put his money down. He came and they said, right, I want a bird quickly. Here's a grand.
Sure.
Get me one. They're not going to say, do you want real breasts, or they're just going to assume.
Sure.
Yeah, here's one. Here's a little Chinese.
But who is he
lady.
paying? Where is he buying this woman from?
From the Chinese lady shop.
From the Chinese lady shop.
Yeah.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
I think there's one in Chinatown, I think.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
not really a town.
Not exactly a town, more Novelty Street.
And the roads are very slippery.
Very sticky.
I tell you what, though.
What?
I was looking at their menus when I was walking on. They don't waste anything, do they?
Why?
Duck's tongue on the menu.
Yeah, but it's better when you say it. Alright, duck's tongue. A duck's tongue, really?
You sure that wasn't the proprietor?
Coldplay, warning sign on XFM, 104.9. Carl, look at that. What is it? What is it?
Your nipple.
Right, okay. What am I doing to it?
You're messing with it.
Yeah, and what's happening to it?
It's gone up a bit.
Yeah! Would you kiss it for 100 quid?
No.
100 quid. Would you just kiss
No,
it?
I wouldn't.
Why? 100 quid?
What are we doing this for?
I think I read the same feature on Wogan, I'm not sure. Seriously, Carl, I'm intrigued to know, how much would you have to
just
pay
kiss
to
it.
kiss Ricky's nipple?
Not suck it or lick it or anything like that. Just, like that, just on the nipple.
£5 grand.
£5 to kiss my nipple? Well, if you do it for 5, you do it for 1. £1,000 cash to kiss my nipple.
I'm not doing it.
You're joking? £1,000 to kiss my nipple? Come on, it's the last show.
No, I'm not doing it.
2,000.
if you had the money there, and, like, if you had it there now, I might do it.
For what?
I'm not doing it.
500 quid?
No. Stop taking it down.
Well, what's happening to...
2 grand.
2 grand? So you've gone down from 5 to 2 straight away. Look.
Steve, what's going on?
I seriously think I'd like to see you kiss his nipple
Well,
for
no, it's not
2,000
going to
pounds.
happen, is it? So,
If Steve wants it and I want it, that's
not
2 to
gonna
1.
happen. It's not going to
I
happen.
thought it was a democracy, this show.
You're not educating Ricky or what?
Email in if you'd like to see, or rather hear, Carl kiss Ricky's nipple for
Don't bother, 'cause
£2,000.
it's not going to happen.
Come on, Carl.
Right.
It's not like he's Jono's nipple.
No.
It's next. Okay,
Would you
well,
kiss this for,
right,
25
okay,
quid.
wrong, but no, what were you doing? What were you doing educating Ricky?
Do you want to set that
Why
up?
were you looking, by the way? Why were you looking at that? You didn't have to look at that.
We're doing...
Go on.
Right, this is when I teach Ricky stuff. Just give him some headlines to sort of tease him into what's going on this week that you might want to know about.
Yeah, go on.
Is that important?
Yeah.
Right, you got that?
Headline one.
That'd be something to do with an ants. So,
Where there's a way, where there's a will, there's a way.
right, okay, that'd be something about sucking mints.
Hook, line, and good thinkers.
Okay.
So which of those are you choosing?
I'll have the, is that important?
What, you want to do it now? I was just
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
read it.
go on, let's give it this one now, yeah, come on. It's
Alright.
Christmas Eve, open one, come on.
You know I don't like anteaters.
Why?
Okay, so I should just point out to people that as far as Carl is convinced, the stories that he's about to relate are absolutely 100% true.
Yeah.
You be the judge of whether
You've seen them on the internet, of course they're true, go on.
Anteaters, yeah.
Why don't you like them?
I've told you before, I just don't, sort of... It annoys me that an animal's named after what it eats. You don't need
Yeah,
them.
but it didn't choose it, did it?
Yeah, but if there's nothing else that it can be called, it's like, oh, what's it do? I don't know. What's it eating? It's eating ants, right, let's call it an anteater. It's not good enough.
But why are you annoyed at it, though, for someone else calling it being lazy?
It obviously doesn't do anything else. Do you know what I mean?
But what do you want it called? The Chartered Surveyor?
Whatever, just a proper name.
What's the proper name?
Well, I'm just saying...
But tell me an animal that's a proper name to you.
Well, beaver. That's pretty good.
Why is that a proper name?
It doesn't matter anyway, I don't understand what they're
Alright,
about.
you and anteaters have got issues.
Okay, sometimes I genuinely don't understand what his thought processes are. Go on, right, okay, you don't like anteaters because they just eat ants and that's what they're named after, go on.
Right. Do you know that an anteater
Yeah.
can stick its tongue in and out 160 times in a minute?
No, didn't know that.
Right?
Okay.
Oh, it's rubbish.
Thanks.
No, but do you think that's good? 'Cause
I don't know
think that's-
what do you mean? Shall I call Norris McWhirter? What do you mean, do I think that's good? What, compared to what?
You see, I read it and thought, so what? So it's interesting.
Well, we think so what as well.
So you still put it down as something interesting to tell me?
No, but it's the fact that that is meant to be amazing. I did
Who's
it
saying it's
148.
amazing?
I did 148 last night in a minute, right?
Straight record! Oh, well hold on. There's my nipple. How many could you do if it meant you had to touch my nipple at the end? £2,000. Going Baby Burn on XFM 104.9. We do talk twaddle.
Oh, God.
I mean, I don't know why we haven't got we haven't got any complaints, have we?
No
We've
listeners.
had one.
No one listening.
No, it must be that, because Kilroy, he's probably got a big show, and it's all over the place,
Yeah.
but, you know, mind you, not me,
Yeah.
but he's got to be careful who he annoys, because he will end up having to move him with Salman Rushdie. Do you know what I mean?
Is Salman, is he still on the run?
No, he's out.
They forgive him,
I've
have
seen him twice. I think he's out all the time now. I bet his flat's a pigsty.
Sure.
It was not neat when he was living with 400 CIA people and a couple of...
You
policemen.
remember he went into hiding, I think it was mid-80s, I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, that's alright.
He went into hiding, he was in there, he was hiding, basically, surrounded by security guards, confined to his flat for about 10 years or something.
I'd have thought so, yeah.
Have you ever seen a picture of his missus?
Yeah, are you annoyed?
Well, I mean, man alive, she's like I think she's like a former Miss India or something. Stunning.
Yeah.
Have you seen a picture of him? I mean, he might be a great man and a talented writer and an intellectual fella, but Jesus. Do something with the beard.
Yeah, but he's busy, isn't he?
What?
He's busy writing
Who
stuff.
did he pull her? When he was just basically in there? In his flat?
I don't know. Internet.
Possibly.
Just got to know him, and then she kept saying, send a picture. He goes, no, I'm not sending a picture, come round.
Yeah. Read some of the books, they're brilliant.
They're brilliant. She goes, well, yeah, now I'm in love with you. Let's have a look. Alright, well, I'm in love with you now, so...
Yeah. You know, he's going, got my own place.
Got my own place, yeah. I got a few staff.
Yeah,
There's a few other people hanging around.
Exactly.
Don't worry about it.
I need a lot.
I'll tell you something else that'll annoy you.
Yeah.
Stephen Hawking, not only married, but dumped her for his, nurse.
Extraordinary, isn't it?
So he's pulling birds left, right and centre.
Well, you know, it's true that I mean, not so much now, but years ago I was not the ladies' man.
But you are now.
Really.
You weren't sort of sophisticated. You
Oh,
weren't,
no, exactly.
you weren't the James Bond type that you've,
I wasn't the James Bond of TV comedy.
Because I remember Carl, when you first met him about 3 years ago, what did you think?
Just a bit odd.
I love it.
And that's coming from him.
I know, yeah.
But I'll tell you what used to really annoy me, talking of, do you remember there was that story, I think it was a world record-breaking attempt, there was a bloke, I think it was up in a car park, in a pub car park, in sort of Leeds or something.
No, Mansfield. It was a car park in Mansfield, and he broke the record for being buried alive.
Being buried alive.
I mean, and he was literally in a casket, like, not David Blaine, out in the lovely sunshine with Jonathan Ross waving to you.
Yeah.
No, none of that. Paul McCartney calling you
stuff.
you know what I mean? He was buried alive, in the dark, with just a tube
Yeah.
for communication.
I think he was buried about, he's buried about 10 feet underground. There's a tube which people would communicate and send
and
stuff
put water down and
I remember reading the story, I was interested in it, I remember reading it, and there was one element of the story.
You would think it was a cheap holiday.
Well,
You're not going to pay those prices. 400 quid, whole seasons, you're having a laugh. That's nothing. Mansfield car park.
and there was an element, it said in the news report, it said that while he was down in the ground, he began and ended a relationship with a woman. While he was down there, some fan who was a fan of what he was doing, he started communicating with her through the tube. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but they began a relationship and it ended. And I have to say, I remember thinking, you know, when you read that there's a man...
How did it end?
Well,
Why did you go that this isn't working? That's twice you've stood me up.
Yeah.
Well, I can't get out, can I?
But I remember thinking at the time, you know, I was to say, I was not the sort of, the ladies' man that I am now. I remember at the time reading it and thinking, there's a bloke, you know, he's pulling women 10 feet underground through a tube.
Through a tube.
I'm
out and about with some of the most expensive hair products on the market.
I've got to sit down and ask myself some very serious questions.
Oh dear.
Extraordinary. I don't know if he did the world record attempt. I don't know if he broke it. I don't know how that happened, but good luck to him.
What do you mean a hole though? Like what? A proper thing, or is he moving about? How big is it?
No, it was just I think it was just buried alive in a casket. I don't know, just down there, probably laying on his back maybe, just waiting for little bits of water.
But could he get out if he wanted to?
Well, yeah, he could say, "Can you get me out?" He couldn't just leave and then come back. There was people.
So someone's there then.
No, they buried him and said, "Well, we better go back in a couple of weeks, see how he's doing." What do you mean, someone's there? Of course, there's someone there. Norris McWhirter, for one, I'd imagine, going 3 days, just a few more to go.
And why
Is it Norris or who's alive? Ross or Norris?
I think it's Norris.
Right,
You're thinking of, yeah. What's
It annoys me a bit, all this sort of, you know, getting in a hole and in a box and all that, and people going, oh, that's good. I mean, if he was doing something when he was down there, making something or whatever, you'd go, that's quite clever, but I don't understand all the fuss about, I don't know, people are just making a fuss about things that aren't that clever these days. It's just, you know what I mean?
I don't reckon he beat Anne Frank's record.
No, I think she's got the record.
I know, yeah, and she did something, she wrote a book.
So
you must think that she's pretty good then.
Yeah, but at least she did something.
Yeah, I know, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I mean. There's some fuss, about a woman who's going up Everest on a bike. Right? Someone's walked it. That's harder than going on a bike.
No, it's not.
Of course it is.
Of course it's not.
Of course it is.
Not
Walking's
uphill.
better than- Riding about on a bike's better than walking everywhere.
Yeah, but not uphill.
Well...
No? Don't agree with me. Why do people get off their bike and walk it up a hill?
You don't always, I see people...
No, but why do they? When people are going up a hill on a bike, but they get off and push the bike...
Just saying.
No, why is that?
Doesn't matter.
Do you think it's because it's harder? They go, I'll tell you what, this would be a lot easier on the bike, but I'll tell you what, I'm on a bit of a challenge. I'll get off and walk up this hill. You
Go along
dopey.
then. Clap for them that. You know what I mean? When someone's doing a London Marathon in a car, you can go and clap them, because that's just the same as far as I'm concerned. It's not hard.
Play a record.
Imbecile.